This land has quite a history, a very dark one, rich with human pride and greed. I should know, I saw it firsthand. Listen, the powers that be might have changed its name from Biosin Valley to Sanctuary, but you can't erase the sins of the past. Although, you can create something better. A haven for prehistory, where the guests are more enclosed than the dinosaurs for once. Are you up to the task?
The Biosin Sanctuary? I thought that human influence here was prohibited.
And yet, an exception has been made for Din. For me. Our client this time is rather important, and they are hoping to expand this beautiful sanctuary. This is to become a destination where guests can see and learn about dinosaurs in their natural habitat.
Well, that's quite the sales pitch. Hey, look at this. Goosebumps.
It's the kind of contract we've been dreaming of. We need this to go well.
A major goal of the conservation sector is to show the world how wonderfully majestic these animals can be. Education is half the battle, and a sanctuary like this is the perfect place for guests to see dinosaurs in their natural habitat.
That also means that we shouldn't be setting up paths or buildings or anything like that in our main sanctuary area. This time, the dinosaurs are as free as possible, and it's the guests that are enclosed. Makes you think, huh?
This opportunity is the pinnacle of what the conservation sector wants. We must make this a success, but for the ecosystem to thrive, you'll need more dinosaurs in the area.
And the client doesn't want any dinosaur synthesis on site. This will be a glimpse into the wild ecologies of tomorrow. That also makes this place an amazing research opportunity, so we should grab some photographs while we're at it.
We sure about the synthesis limitation? You know, an old contact of mine, Louis Dodgson, you might have heard of him, was all about the genetic potential of dinosaurs. I hear he even had a whole immensely profitable dino-based pharmaceuticals thing going. I wonder where that ended up.
Ladies and gentlemen, our restroom is now open to use for whenever nature calls. pleased to welcome an Apatosaurus to the park.
We have an Alpha Zero security event. Eyes up.
I have no idea what that means, but it sounds serious. I'm saying it now, managing directors get priority into the emergency shelters, right? Right?
It means we've got carnivores approaching the park. Big ones.
And they look hungry. Even in a sanctuary, dinosaurs are having trouble getting their fill. Well, more evidence of how much these animals need our support. We're doing good work here.
I'll pat myself on the back when the hungry meat eaters have been tranked and contained, thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, the park. Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome an Apatosaurus to the park.
En route to pick up the asset. Asset requiring collection. En route to collect the asset. Heading to pick up the asset. Asset being transported. Delivery has been completed. Asset
Those carnivores are highly developed predators. The way we keep them content here is to make sure we provide what they'd seek in their natural habitat: food, shelter, companionship.
They're really not all that different from us humans. Except they weigh tons. And can easily tear you in half. Obviously.
Ever heard of the saying, Don't bite the hand that feeds you, because I'm pretty certain that the dinosaurs haven't.
Asset report incoming. Incoming asset ID. New objective received. Adding additional tasks. Moving that task. Reporting a new asset.
Asset to be collected. Request acknowledged. Asset transportation underway. Asset has been collected. Delivery has been completed. Asset being transported. Asset in transit. Delivery complete. Asset has been delivered. Asset transportation in progress. Asset has been collected. We can monitor the asset. Asset transportation complete. Asset has been transported. Commencing asset transit.
A power outage? Yet more sabotage? Must I add a liability clause to every contract I sign for you, or can we control this?
No. We can control this, right? The client won't know what happened. It's just extinction now trying to make the place vulnerable to more wild dinosaurs. Build up to their big, scary threat from before. At least that's what the ominous emails they sent me said.
And you're just telling us this?
I was getting around to it, and now I have. Huh? But we can assign blame elsewhere later. For now, what do we do?
Restore the power grid. Then, setting up a new tour wouldn't hurt. If they try to stop us, we'd create something incredible. The site is pretty amazing from the ground, sure, but it's spectacular from the air. Let's give our guests a whole new perspective on this park by setting up a balloon tour.
Oh, hello there, productive revenge. I know you well.
I can get the power back on, no problem. Taking over.
This so-called sanctuary already needs to expand, and later it will need to expand again. Is this a sustainable solution? Or is this a stubborn delay to the inevitable?
Need to repair to me. Confirming task. On the way for that repair job.
Ladies and gentlemen, take to the skies and marvel at the sights with our newly opened balloon tour.
En route for repair. Responding to repair request.
time is running out. Our research is almost ready. We hate that you have led us to this. The dinosaurs had their time on this planet. The modern age is not suited to them. Humans are not suited to them. How can you be blind to something so obvious? Extinction Now are among you. We see everything you do. If you stop your work, we will stop ours. If you continue, the result will weigh on all our consciences.
This latest message sounds desperate. For the first time, I'm actually concerned.
What did they mean when they said they're among us? Is there a mole in our ranks?
In life and in business, I've learned that the quickest way to get ahead is to trust no one. Except me. I mean, you can all trust me. And you can especially trust me when I say that we need to get back to work before we lose momentum. Factory whistle is blowing, huh? Lunch break's over. Great job earning that new patch of land. Now we just need to make it, usable. That means proper transport. And I figure we look at the nearby Biosyn building for inspiration. The Hyperloop. Now that's moving our guests around with style, huh? A higher park rating is a reflection on us all. And that includes you, of course. I want you to get a park rating you'd happily wear as a badge of honor on your chest. Because I might actually do that if it's good enough.
Still no word on where Extinction Now is located. Wherever it is, they're hiding their tracks remarkably well.
There hasn't been news about an attack or disaster either. We still have time to track them down before their threat, whatever it may be, is carried out.
Let your contacts investigate while we continue our work. Focus on what more we can do for our clients around the world.
Falling apart. To accelerate. Out of time. Risk. But. Please, we need help!
That was Lily's voice at the end. I don't understand.
Well, there aren't many ways to interpret that. It's clear that Lily has been working with Extinction Now, at least in some capacity. I'm sorry, Kira.
That's quite an assumption, George. I'm sure there's a reasonable explanation for this. More to the point, she said she needs help, so we must help. Need I remind you, Lily is a good person.
Good? I think that's a relative term. I mean, good to the cat isn't so good to the canary, and good to the big hungry dinosaur isn't so good to the goat, for instance. Chaos tells us that. Wait a minute. Hello there. Hey, I'm getting sent some numbers. I see their coordinates. That's interesting.
A location? From Lily? From Extinction Now? We should go there as soon as we can.
Oh, yeah. Rip off the bandage. I'm sure that we're going to love what's underneath.
I'd appreciate your help on this next objective. I can't promise that it'll be easy, but the most important things rarely are.
Transportation underway. Confirming asset delivery. Asset to be collected. Heading to pick up the asset. Transit has commenced. Asset transportation in progress. Heading to pick up the asset. Heading to pick up the asset.
Ladies and gentlemen, please ensure you wrap up warm and proceed to take cover until the snowstorm has passed. Attention personnel. We have detected across the site. Available personnel, please respond. Ladies, out of control. The snowstorm has now passed. Please resume your normal activity.
Get to that next. Please get on it. Your request is received. Be there soon.
Asset to be collected. Transit has commenced.
Stegosaurus to the park. Ladies and gentlemen, go for the ride of a lifetime at our gyrosphere attraction.
En route to pick up the asset. Asset transportation underway.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome our Parasaurolophus to the park.
Incredible. Dinosaurs cohabiting, not a sign of genetic interference. To see such a natural display of the ancient world and ours coexisting, wow.
Gotta say, I had a lot of doubts about this one. I've been disappointed before. Well, more accurately, I've been a disappointment to a lot of people, even to a couple of pets. This is something different.
Thank you, Cabot. This really is a great leap forward for the conservation sector. It truly lives up to the name's sanctuary, and I can only hope that it's a vision for many areas like this to come. Fantastic work.